Я думаю, перш за все, що важливо, він лідер світу, один з лідерів світу.
I think that the leaders of the world and the foremost leaders of the world, the people of the USA, should understand that the war in Ukraine is the war for values, right to live, democracy, freedom. And these things are usually hard for people to fathom until they happen in your home, in your neighborhood. And as such, it is important for this message to travel 1,000 kilometers from here.
Дуже складно, поки це не відбувається тут, у людини вдома або у сусіда.
For this feeling to reach the USA so they could understand our plight, what we are fighting for, and that they are supporting Ukraine for a reason.
Люди зрозуміли, як нам тут, за що ми боремось, і що вони не просто так повинні підтримувати Україну.
I think the answer that you all are seeing how we are working, how we are answering, how our army works, how it defends. I think this is an example and that you can all see that we have been preparing for everything. We were preparing, but when you're preparing in advance, it's unnecessary to also prepare your enemy, so that he would be prepared for your reaction. So I am very much dislike the notion that we should have told everyone that we were preparing. Here, please take a look over here, we did this and we did that. We have 6 plans for the defense of our nation. We were not planning for such outcome. Second, it's not just about plans. We needed salaries for our soldiers, equipment, weapons. All of this requires money, and this in turn requires the economy of state to function. So all of these steps caused panic. Panic among the people, among diplomats, members of corporations. If they start panicking, withdrawing cash, the economy suffers. And you can lose the economy of the country. This is wrong because when there is a threat of war, when there is always threat of war in our country, and when that's the case, you can't just live in a cellar from 2014, you must get out. Fight, kickstart the economy and build up the state. To build it, understand? And this is very important, so we made everything to make hryvnia stable. We have also received information from our intelligence, but we asked our intelligence for detailed information. Where do you see the evidence of the Russian Federation offensive? Where are the documents? What are the evidences? Maybe someone does possess such evidence, but we did not. I have already contacted several world leaders with such a request. It is my belief that leaders must support democratic states of the world that are willing to defend their principles with aid. Such aid as it partakes to the close-skied policy would be very helpful. This would not drag NATO countries into the war. Frankly, everyone has already been dragged into this war, and they were not dragged by Ukraine, they were dragged by Russia. It is full-scale war, and everyone thinks that it will soon come to an end. We have spoken many times with President Biden. I am grateful for these possibilities and provided aid, but they also didn't listen to me. I have told them that Ukraine would fight and would be more resilient than anyone, but by ourselves, on our lonesome, with Russia, we would not be able to. When talking about Russia, I do not refer to Russian people. I refer to their army, their government, and so on, because among Russians there are people that have positive opinion toward us. You can see now on their squares there are people protesting, and as such it is very important for you to understand that if Ukraine does fall, all these troops will be on your borders of NATO members. There will be on Lithuania border, Polish borders, etc. And there you will face the same question, and there you will face second, even greater challenge, because there will be also provocation there. We have already seen examples on Belarus during migration pressure. And where was NATO? They should have been sitting down with Belarus, Russia, whomever pushed on border that time and talking about this, saying, look, if this will continue, we will answer in kind. Not warm, but push back and protect such country, even small one. Small Baltic state. Why else did you let them join NATO? Why else give them security guarantees? This is of grave importance. Today there is a city of Kharkiv that has been bombarded. 2 cruise missile strikes on Freedom Square on the state administration in the center of the city. Now the official statement of the military high command of the Russian Federation that there would be one strike aimed on the building of the security service of Ukraine. The security services of Ukraine are located on the Volodymyrsky Street, 20 meters from the Kiev Sophia Church is located. Is Kiev Sophia also a military infrastructure? This, for all the people, all Christian, Orthodox people, no, for all believers, this is a sacred place. They just use rocket strikes against this city, an old city. Old Kiev, the heart of Kiev Rus. This is what we can see. So how one defends these values, how one defends such things, we shall see what will come next. And as such, to close the sky, yeah. That is why we ask for this, because these are preventive sanctions. Now we ask for such sanctions, and we know that, thanks God, sanctions has been implemented, and we can see how they impact the economy of Russia. We have warned the President and the Europe, apply preventive sanctions, apply them early, and you will see the reaction. There would be no invasion. And nobody has listened to me. And now you can see what's going on. I do not expect great results, because the faith in such formats starting from Minsk, this faith is waning, there is desire to people to end it. But except the words "I desire" or "I want," these constant accusations that Ukraine doesn't abide by Minsk, you need to put in the work. You need everyday work to sit down and seek dialogue, because you do not want to lose the world. Not to lose the world, that's it. That's why, right now, I do not feel that these meetings, I have received some details, but I do not see as of yet anything concrete. There's 1% possibility that they will meet and discuss some steps or the others. Go for it, but as you know, if you're moving forward, someone needs to move towards you as well. And right now, there are big problems and there are risks. And when you are losing people every day, you need to walk back this as dialogue. First and foremost, there should be at least some mention of a full ceasefire. Full ceasefire for how can you sit down? How can you sit down with jets above and bombardments? To sit down at negotiation table. You have completely different position. You just want to push, you don't want to continue to push. So yeah, I think that at least you should stop bombarding people. Just stop bombardments. And after this, to sit at negotiation table. We are ready to talk about security guarantees for Ukraine. This depends on our partners. The partners of they are not ready to accept Ukraine in NATO. And if they are unwilling to accept Ukraine because Russia doesn't want Ukraine to be part of NATO, there are existing security guarantees for Ukraine. What does it mean? It means that we have a right to territorial integrity. It means that our borders are protected. We have special relations with all our neighbors. We are fully secured, and our guarantors provide legal guarantees of our security, as it should be. How long can you hold?
знаємо. Ми про це не думаємо. Це питання філософське.
We don't know. This is unimportant. We don't think about it. This is a philosophical question. It's not entirely correct. We don't hold it out.
А боротися ця нація буде до кінця свого життя.
We fight, and this nation will fight to the end. This is not about us anymore. It is about how long this administration will last, but not about
Перш
us.
за все, чому ми перемагаємо? Чому ми захищаємо?
On the question of why we hold, why we fight, why? Because we are in our home. We protect our children, our houses. You can see this president office, you can see that we defend honestly. And we believe that we need to protect all that. It's our future of our children, and that also need protection. For as you can see, no one chooses their targets anymore. Children are dying by dozens. Unfortunately, so we have what to defend. We defend our right to live.
На жаль, тому нам є що захищати. Ми захищаємо своє
But
право.
look at them. They come here. Why? We are more powerful, durable, successful. As I've said, we have things to protect. But why are they here?
А що вони роблять тут? Що вони тут роблять? Вони навіть
What are they doing here? They do not understand our country. They don't know our streets, our people. They don't understand our philosophy, our hopes, our dreams. They don't know anything.
сюди послали вбивати і вмирати. Тому ми сильніші тут на своїй землі. І будемо сильніші. І їх не в два рази
So
більше.
we're sent here to kill and to be killed. And so that's why we are stronger here on our land. And we will be stronger. And there may be more of them, 2, 3, 10 times more. But we are here on our land as a nation are much larger.
Садити за стіл перемовин президента Російської Федерації, поки ще з ним готові.
I do believe that this will not last much longer, and the world already understands that we need to drag President of Russian Federation to negotiation table, while there are still those that are willing to sit with him at the negotiation table. I'm one of them. And that's why I don't think that this should continue for long. That's why I can tell you what will be necessary. It's no longer can be qualified with many, it can be qualified with people, and there are no people we can spare.
Україна точно не повинна
I would surely like to save our population. We cannot decide such questions with lives. We are at war every day. We need aid every day. Ukraine doesn't have time to spare for bureaucratic procedures, today because of war. We have martial law, and we conduct our governance in a different format. We do not have much time for discussions. We do not have many offices for talks and decision-making. We do not have that many people to talk with, to discuss politics for some serious results. But in this war, we have something definite. We need to survive. And for that, we need to do something. And because of that, due to martial law, we have the ability to move quickly, to make quick decisions. Our army acts quickly. We defend our nation quickly. And that's why if someone does want to help, they must also act quickly.
сам діяти швидко.